Hey everybody, it's Reverend Dr. Heber Brown III, and we are here at the Shiloh Baptist Church in Edgemere, Maryland for this week's edition of our reflections on today's emotions. All summer long, we've been taking just a few moments to talk about the service and the sermon after the service and hearing from the members of the church so that they might give some reflection, because I believe that God speaks to all of us. And so I am very thankful today to have our next group of members and friends of this church to offer the thought, a reflection, a response rather to the thought, what's one thing you got out of the service or one thing you got out of the sermon? And we're going to start with my dear goddaughter. I've claimed her when she was a little girl. This is Naima. Naima?
Hello, my name is Naima, and one thing I got from the service is that God would like us to speak out and use our voice against things that He doesn't like, or things that we find disgust in. Like, one thing that came to mind during the service was, like, for the world, we always choose equality over equity, and I feel like we shouldn't do that.
Thank you, Naima. Next.
Okay, my name is Austin Monet. I would say it was cool when I came in and my niece was really excited that she heard something about Inside Out. She was really excited that was included in the sermon. But of course, given who I am, I really appreciated the fact that we talked about societal sin and holding that as at the same level of importance as individual sin, and the fact that the church needs to speak out against social injustices that are happening not just in America but in Palestine and in Africa and all parts of the world. So making us more cognizant of what we can do, being in the belly of the beast to dismantle injustice.
Thank you. Next.
Hello, my name is Davion, and one thing that I got from the sermon was that I can be a voice for others to speak up when those who can't, and that because people sometimes can be shy or afraid to be able to speak up for things that's wrong, but I can be that person who can help them become a better person in order to speak up for other people.
Wow, thank you. Wow.
My name is Ted. I want to say that what I really got from the sermon, I read Proverbs 31, and as Dr. Heber said, a lot of times with Proverbs 31 is always about the virtuous woman, but the fact that the instructions to the son is encouraging to speak up for the voiceless was something that I'd never heard and focused on, and the scriptures are so rich. Also, the focus on not just individual sin, but the social sin and the social gospel that's embedded within the gospel is just an important challenge. And I feel like the message is just a continuation of the work of both Dr. King and Dr. Cornel West. One of the things that Dr. King said before, the silence, there comes a time when silence is betrayal. And to hear Dr. Heber kind of move in the footsteps of Dr. King, challenging the church to move beyond the sidelines, to be, just decontaminants and to actually work to actively move towards justice was great. And one of the things that I think also in the spirit of Dr. Cornel West, who speaks his prophetic voice to both political parties, I think that it's good that for the church not to just kind of bend towards the liberal or conservative side of a corporate beast, but to challenge both major political parties to move towards justice. But it was a powerful message that is really what we need, especially in the midst of an election season, and this is a time, a critical time, and it was just a very timely message for the church at this time.
Wow. Well, thank y'all for sharing. Each one of you provided such insight and such powerful reflection, and maybe you have some reflections too. If you were a part of the service today, please share your reflection, or if not, go back and watch the video and then come back and listen to these respondents again, share their insight. I believe it's the kind of topic, as Brother Ted said, especially during an election year, we should be creating as many spaces as possible to study, to analyze, to reflect, and to consider what is the thing that God is calling us to do today as disciples of decontamination and partners in purification, and that can take shape in any number of ways. Thank you again so much for watching. Keep on sticking with us all summer long as we dissect, reflect, and analyze, and ultimately listen to what God is calling us to do. Thanks. Take care.